Good morning, Eunoia seekers. As we begin this new week, let's take a moment to reflect on the power of trust and faith in God's plan for our lives, especially when things don't seem to be going as we expect. It's easy to feel discouraged, to wonder if we're doing enough or if we'll ever see the results we're hoping for. But I want to remind you of something today. God has a plan, and He's always working, even when we can't see it. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. Consider the story of the woman with the issue of blood. For 12 long years, she suffered, feeling isolated and desperate. She tried everything, visited doctors, spent all her money, but nothing worked. Yet, when she reached out to touch the hem of Jesus' garment, her faith made all the difference. She trusted that He could heal her, and she was made whole instantly. Jesus turned and saw her. "Take heart, daughter," He said. "Your faith has healed you." And the woman was healed at that moment. Matthew 9 verse 22. What does this story teach us? It teaches us that sometimes we don't need to figure it all out or see every step of the journey. All we need is faith that God can heal, restore, and transform our lives, even when the situation seems impossible. Like that woman, we may be in a place where nothing seems to change, but if we reach out to Jesus in faith, He is faithful to meet us exactly where we are. Then there's the story of the feeding of the 5,000. A massive crowd gathered around Jesus, hungry and in need. The disciples, overwhelmed by the scale of the problem, saw only the small amount of food they had, 5 loaves and 2 fish. But Jesus took what they had and miraculously multiplied it to feed everyone, with baskets of leftovers to spare. Jesus then took the loaves, gave thanks, and distributed to those who were seated as much as they wanted. He did the same with the fish. John 6 verse 11. What can we learn from this? God is not limited by what we have or don't have. He can take the small things, the seemingly insignificant moments in our lives, and turn them into something extraordinary. When we trust God with what we have, no matter how little it seems, He has the power to multiply it and make it more than enough. With God, all things are possible. Matthew 19 verse 26. God is in the business of miracles. Whether you're facing an illness, a challenge at work, or a dream that seems too big, trust that God is already at work behind the scenes. He sees your efforts, knows your struggles, and can turn your situation around in ways you can't even imagine. Let go of the pressure to have everything figured out today. Trust that God is using your efforts, faith, and persistence to create results beyond what you can see. Just like the woman with the issue of blood and the disciples who had the loaves and fish, God can multiply what you offer, meeting you right where you are. Take heart. Your faith is powerful in God's hands, no matter how small. Don't be discouraged by what you see or don't see. Trust that God is already working in your life, shaping something beautiful out of every moment of faith and effort. Your breakthrough is coming, and the plans He has for you are greater than you can imagine. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Isaiah 40 verse 31. Keep going, keep believing, and keep trusting. God's plan for your life is unfolding, and it's more amazing than you can imagine. Where hearts are inspired and spirits soar.